inside. I don't think it's fair to expect that out of Arvell Reese or really anybody else. So I don't think any of the guys in this class are going to run in the 4.3s amongst the pass rusher group. I think there's probably 2 or 3 guys who run in the 4.4s, probably the mid to upper 4.4s, and then everybody else is in the 4.5s, which is fine for guys who weigh 240, 250 and up, and 260, 270 pounds. If Bain runs 4.69, right? Because he's going to come in. I mean, he's going to probably slim down. He'll probably show up at 261 or something, but he's going to play in the high 260s, low 270s. So that, like, I think people sometimes forget how fast 4.69 is when you're that size, right? So when people say, "Oh, we're disappointed if he runs 4.69," heck, if he runs 4.74, that's nothing to be ashamed of. But if you're looking for like a surprise, super good tester, watch out for Gabe Yakis. I think he might test better than people are expecting.
Gabe Yakis. And Bain is your number one guy?
No.
He's got Bailey.
Bailey.
That's right, Bill. And Bain is yours, Jordan, obviously.
Yep.
Changed
my mind, man. I love Bain.
He's just sitting there smiling to him. Yep.
I like them both, and they're different kinds.
And I'm going to stick to it.
They're different kinds of players.
He's my favorite player in the class.
Yeah. There are systems
in the class with Barry Brown.
would not even be like an every down player, right? So it depends on what you want to do with your defensive front. But, God forfend he end up with somebody who really knows what to do with him.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think is the best fit for? Okay, so both of you guys, best fit for Bain and for Bailey.
I mean, Bain could go a lot of places, obviously, but where the team I think where he would like super flourish is Cincinnati Titans. I think he would have a great career with the Cincinnati Titans. I don't know if they'll take him, but I think he would.
Saleh. Yeah,
I think he would basically become Saleh's Nick Bosa, and he would flat out flourish.
Different kind of player, but absolutely, yeah. And what about Bailey, Bill?
Yeah, see, it's a little different with him. I think he would flourish in Dallas. I think he would flourish in
Dallas would be crazy.
I mean, God forbid he end up with the Eagles. Like, that would be bad for everybody. That would be bad for everybody.
That would be bad for business.
That would be bad for everybody. But teams that know what to do with that kind of player, because not every team does.
Yeah.
We've seen guys sort of not be properly utilized or be sort of flounder around because they're in a system where they're asked to do things they can't do, but they don't do well.
Right.
But a team that understands David Bailey is going to get a lot out of David Bailey.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Jordan?
I mean, I agree with. Well, first off, Ruben Bain should go to. I think he'd fit in really well with Baltimore.
Am I not surprised? Of course.
No, I was actually. What's funny is because I was trying to think of an Arvell Reese team where it'd be really fun to see where Arvell Reese goes because he's just such a weird player. And weirdly enough, like I kept having this thought of like, how fun would it be to see him with the Browns? Just like having Garrett, him, and Mason Graham, and such different skill sets. Like I would just think that'd be so fun. I don't know if the Browns would ever do it, but like I think it'd be really fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually agree with that. Those would
filthy defense. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
that'd be a filthy defense.
That'd be nasty.
He said, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't even want to think about it."
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, certain things is just you just don't. He's like, yeah, okay. Like that's sometimes you're just speechless. But like Bain in Tennessee would be great. I think defensive minded head coach knows what it's like and knows how to get that dog out of those defensive players, right? He did it in New York, did it in San Francisco. Like something about Saleh's sideline energy just brings out the dog in his players. And I think Bain and Simmons, I mean, oh my God, that'd be a nightmare for offenses to deal with on a week in, week out basis. And then Bailey, I mean, obviously, I think Baltimore would be good for him. Like putting him on the other side of Mike Green, those two speed balls coming off the edge like that. That would be, that'd be hard to deal with. And then obviously a Jesse Minute defense. But then outside of the Ravens, though, I think David Bailey. I hate to say it, but he a really good Kansas City.
I'd like
Chris Jones inside, Lafayette and those guys, and you got Bailey off the edge. I can see that.
I'd like to see David Bailey playing Green Bay. I just think that would be a fun one. Like Parsons on one side, him on the other, and then like you get some rare glimpses of Barron Sorrell.
That'd be cheating. First of all, that'd be cheating. I don't think they have a first round pick because of Parsons, right?
Yeah, they don't. I was just thinking of teams that I would like to see about.
That would be absolutely cheating, though.
Yeah.
To have Parsons and Bailey together, that'd be ridiculous. All right, so we're gonna get started. Bill, whenever you have to jump out, just go ahead, and me and Jordan will keep going. But we're gonna get started. Everybody remembers what they had in the mock draft. I have all the North, AFC, NFC. Jordan has all the West. Bill has all the East, and we split the South. Sounds like Reconstruction. So, with that being said, all of the West, Mr. Jordan, you're on the clock, sir, with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hi, it's me, the Raiders again. We actually didn't get the news about Chambliss being out in this class. We already drafted him, but then we figured out he got him. No, give me Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, it's the worst kept secret in the NFL, right? Like you hear Clint Kubiak try to act like, well, we don't know yet. Yeah, right.
My thing is like, man, everybody always talks about trading that pick. I'm like, man, you can't trade that pick.
They've literally been waiting.
They've
been waiting all this long to get the quarterback to be able to have the pick to pick the quarterback because every year they've been the team on the outside looking in on the quarterback.
Right. You went to all that trouble to be so terrible. This is the only reason it makes sense.
It's the only reason. All right, so we're all of the East, which means, Bill, you are on the spot with the New York Football Jets.
Well, this is fun. The New York Football Jets are a team that could use, frankly, everything. There's nothing
they're counting on you, Bill. All those New York Jet fans are saying, "Help, Bill, bring us back to glory."
Help, Bill.
Yes. Well, I've seen a lot of different players, including Carnell Tate mocked here. I think, frankly, it's too early in my world. It's too early for Tate.
Yeah.
I'm frankly looking at who really can give you what I call a tent pole, right? A pillar that you can build your whole franchise around for a decade or more. And you've heard me talk about Tate before. I think he's a good player, but I really think he's going to be more of a high-end number two. Mm-hmm. And you immediately have a number one, right? So that would be fun and everything. But I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm going to go to Spencer Fano. And I think that by being able to protect your quarterback and lean on people in the run game, you're going to build – I think the player's going to play at a high level for a dozen years. I think he's going to go to, I know the Pro Bowl doesn't mean what it used to be, but 5 or 6 Pro Bowls and probably make all pro a couple of times, 2, maybe 3 times in his career. I think that he's going to be just a great player for a long time. And I will have to depart. So have fun from this point, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
I will be seeing you again in the very near future.
Absolutely.
And, if you like this or like what I do, check out some of the stuff I do on Team MBS Media. I'm about to drop my top 25 linebackers, where I drop my 25 guards, centers, and my top 25 corners already. And you can also find our show, Draft Central, on the Team MBS Media YouTube channel.
All right. There it is, Mr. Bill Carroll. Thank you.
Bill really stole my draft pick and left the show. That's crazy.
I know.
That's my style, baby.
I'm like so in thought now.
I was just about to say, because Arizona, that's a popular pick.
Yeah.
I know with him.
Oh man.
Hey, Someone says salute, Mr. Bill.
Yes,
As
sir.
always. Love to have you, sir. Always glad to have you on the
Always a
show.
pleasure. I will see you guys around.
All right, see you
Yeah.
soon. All right, so he stole your pick, and then he left you here with nothing but decisions. So what do you do now here, sitting at pick number 3, Arizona Cardinals, new head coach? Okay, Matt LaFleur, not Mike. I'm sorry, Mike LaFleur, not Matt. So what do? What does Mike LaFleur do in his first draft without Spencer Fano, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely where I was going. That's my number 1 tackle in the class. And like now, I want to take. Ruben Bain doesn't make sense here because they just drafted what's his name recently, Darius Robinson, and Josh Sweat just got paid the bag. So I guess like in this situation, I'd be like Francis.
Okay, is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
All right.
In reality, I would trade down the moment Fano got freaking copped, but
yeah, I would have. Yeah. All right, Tennessee Titans, you're back up again, sir.
Yes, sir. And now we're doing what Jordan really wanted to do originally, but knew there were edges. So Ruben Bain, come on down. Welcome to Tennessee Titans, baby.
Jeffrey Simmons and Ruben Bain. Good luck, NFL offenses. That is a scary duo to have coming at you.
Man, right. Cam Ward seeing the first 2 tackles already off the board would have him crashing out.
All right. So we got the New York Football Giants here. This is supposed to be Bill. I'll take this one. This is interesting. This is John Harbaugh's first draft as a New York Giant. I know a lot of people are screaming safety. You know, he's going to take Caleb Downs. They took Kyle Hamilton. He's going to go do the same thing, blah, blah, blah. And that would be interesting because I do think Caleb Downs is the best player in the draft. But your number 1 receiver is coming off an ACL injury. He's going to be back. He's going to be healthy at some point. But he does need a complement on the other side. They're missing, I think, 2 of their receivers are free agents, right? Outside of Neighbors, I think
Wandell's a free agent.
Yeah, Wandell's a free agent for sure. Now, maybe by this time, Wando's re-signed and he's back in the fold, or they make a trade or sign somebody. But the safety is tempting here. But they did sign Javon Holland last year in free agency. So it's not like the cupboard's bare there. They do have some safeties. I think corner is probably a bigger need than safety, to be honest. But I'm going to go Carnell Tate here, wide receiver, LSU.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to me again with the Cleveland Browns because I do have the North. And you hear that? That is the heartbeat of Browns fans all over because the top tackles are gone and one of the top receivers are gone. And now Cleveland is sitting here with a puddle of tears wondering what they should do because Todd Monken needed an offensive lineman to protect Shedeur Sanders, whoever else the quarterback's going to be. But have no fear. Draft Nerds is here, and we got you here at pick 6. The Cleveland Browns select. I thought I knew what I wanted, but I don't know what I want. No.
That Fano thing really.
The Cleveland. I know that Fano really messed everything up because then Fano would have went here, and Malinois would have went here.
Yeah,
but I think they got to go Jordan Tyson here. I have them taking a wide receiver and a tackle, offensive lineman. Which way they take it obviously depends on how the board falls. But normally, I would take the tackle here, or what I've been doing is taking the tackle first and then take the receiver later. But this time we're going to go Jordan Tyson now, get him out of the way, and then you come back at the end of the first and try to see if you can get you a tackle. All right, Washington Commanders. This is the East, right? Go ahead, Jordan. You take the Commanders.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day of just like they need a blue chip, right?
Yeah.
Like it just feels like they've gone a while. They found their one on offense. I think it's time they do it on defense. And I'm kind of weird with it because I just think it's more fun this way. I think like the easy thing to do would be to take an edge, right? But I think it'd be really fun to see what Caleb Downs could do in Washington. I think he would become the face of that defense. And like he would be able to, because like what a lot of people don't remember is that like they've mainly had like older players be green dot players over the last few years. Like Bobby Wagner was mainly that guy. I just think like you go back to like you'll have a young secondary again. So like Caleb Downs and Sanistril on the same team, like constant fighters, bro. I'm going Caleb Downs. That was a lot to say. I'm taking Caleb Downs.
You said all that just to say you taking Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go. Caleb Downs, come on down. The best safety they've drafted since. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor. All right, we are on the South, the Saints. That is you, my boy. No, who had the Saints? Was that me?
I think we like divided the South.
Oh, right. We divided the South. Okay, so let's do it together. What do you think they should do, in your opinion?
If it were up to me, I would see a David Bailey here and be like, whoa. But like at the same time, they're the one team that's not scared to take a running back, right?
Right.
Like they've always been the one team that can truly just take a running back at any time and not feel bad about it. And 99% of the time, they're going to hit anyway for them. I think so. Yeah, it would be between David Bailey and him for me.
David Bailey and who?
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Jordan Tyson would have been interesting here. I know they want a wide receiver and someone a little bit different than Chris Olave, right? I know people have been mentioning Lemon, but I think they don't have the same play style, but just too similar. I think Tyson would be a better fit in that system with the younger quarterback. But he's gone in this scenario. Let's go. I'm with you. Let's go. I'm gonna go David Bailey here.
Yeah, that's where I'd probably lean.
Let's go David Bailey here. Edge rusher. They definitely need an edge rusher. I mean, those edges have gotten old over there, and they could definitely use it. All right, Kansas City at number 9, the West. That is you, sir.
I'm gonna break everybody's heart here, and I'm taking Mekhi Lemon. They need wide receivers so bad. Like they keep trying all these projects that don't work, and like at some point you just need to swing.
Do they need wide receivers? They just took a first-round receiver last year.
Yeah, but he's a different type of first-round receiver. I think you would still take Mekhi Lemon there,
unless you think Rashee Rice is completely done. I don't see the need as big. I think it's one of their weaker needs, in my opinion. I do think they could use an edge really badly. I think they could use a running back really badly, and then a tight end really badly too, especially with Kelsey possibly retiring after this year. I think you would go through those positions before you get the receiver. Me personally, I think with Rice and Worthy, also Jalen Royals from last year, I think the coverage isn't bare, and I think they could get another receiver later in the draft. But this is your pick, sir. So you're going Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, I'm sticking on it. I just think like he's a different receiver than the receivers they have. And on top of that, I still think like you need a long-term option. Like, and we could say things like, "Oh, but you don't know what's going to happen with Rashee Rice." But it's like, how many years am I going to have to keep saying that to myself about Rashee Rice before I eventually just say this Band-Aid's ripped off?
Ravens flock, y'all hear that? Mekhi Lemon to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sorry, broke y'all's heart.
Thanks a lot, Jordan. I think Jordan really hopes this happens in real life so that he can be happy. And laugh at Ravens fans for not getting what we want. Yes. Nigerian Nightmare says, "Damn, Jordan." I saw that. See, lemon squeeze.
I was early as heck on the Mekhi Lemon train. I was earlier than most people were. That's why I'm taking this high. I mean, like,
Nasty work.
I would hate if this happened on draft day. I would hate to see McCollum with Patrick Mahomes. But I gotta put on my I gotta take my heart out, man. I gotta think about how I would build. I would build, and that's how I build.
Nigerian Nightmare says yuck. All right. So that leaves me with the North. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals here at pick 10. This board has kind of fell some weird way. Do you really think the Chiefs, though, to go back on that, you think they would take Lemon over Love?
I absolutely do, yeah. Because I think like the thing is, one of the biggest problems when they took Clyde Edwards-Helaire years ago is like they don't use their running backs like that. Like I don't think they see it as an important position to them. And until like I see them actually pull the trigger and either pay a running back or like draft one early, I just don't think they're going to. Like I just think that the running backs aren't used enough down there in the first place, especially now that Bieniemy's back. Yeah. I just don't see it.
Okay. All right. Well, next up at the 10th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. And this is interesting because my most popular pick I've been having here is Caleb Downs, right? I think he'd be a fantastic pick here at 10. Another pick that I've been mocking a lot to this point is Peter Woods. But there's a guy sitting here at the top of the board in Arvell Reese that is sitting there.
Yeah.
And to me, the Cincinnati Bengals would be stone cold idiots to not run this card up at this point. So I'm going to assume that they have some type of competency and that they are smart, and that if Arvell Reese fell to pick 10, that they would just run the card up. So with that said, the Cincinnati Bengals select Arvell Reese.
I thought you were going to do all that just to say they didn't pick him.
If I was in troll mode, yes, I would do that. And then they would be like, all the Bengals fans would be like, well, why would we pass on Arvell Reese? He fell right to us.
Which is probably more realistic for what's going to happen to Bengals.
And Mog says we're cooked. Bro, this could be how the draft could be. We could be sitting there like, oh my gosh, this boy is falling horrible.
We didn't even get the option to try to take Tyson.
Oh my god, this board stinks. All right, so Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah. Give them Mansour delayed. I will give them a corner until they take that position.
Who's the Dolphins? Is that supposed to be Bill?
Yeah, I think it was Bill.
Okay. Yeah, we could. You take. Okay, yeah, you take the Dolphins. I'll take the Cowboys. That was
good because I'm quite passionate about this pick. Okay. I repeat that Storm Duck was the corner one for the Miami Dolphins, and I will say it every single time I have an opportunity to. It makes no sense how they walked in with those corners, and it's part of the reason that I think Anthony Weaver was never really given a fair shot as a D coordinator in the first place, is because they put no assets into their cornerback position, and I'm done with it. Mansour Delane is my favorite corner in the class. I believe it's your favorite corner as well. And I think he's going to be a stud at the next level. I think this guy could help save their secondary.
There it is, Mansour Delaney. You are a Dolphin. About time they invest in the secondary. All right, so that brings me to the Dallas Cowboys, and this board hasn't quite fell the way I think they thought it would. But it's still an interesting board nonetheless. And you know what? I'm going to so I think they would have loved Arvell Reese here. Yeah. I think Sony Styles is a guy that can be in play here. David Bailey would have been good here. Even Caleb Downs I thought would have been interesting right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some fun. And with the 12th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame.
Oh.
I mean, if you look at the running back room for Dallas, it's not that great. I mean,
Yep.
they got what they could get out of with Williams, right, from Denver. I mean, like, which one of those running backs excite you in Dallas right now?
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be Jadon Blue, but it's just not there.
It's just nah. It's just he more of a compliment, and that's cool. But if Jeremiah Love is sitting there at 12, I think Dallas really thinks about it. They got 2 first-round picks, and they probably sit there and say, you know what? Let's go best player available, man. He's the best player on the board. We could use a dynamic running back, somebody that'll take some pressure off of CeeDee Lamb and some pressure off of George Pickens and Dak. And I kind of feel like they've been looking for a running back the last couple of years, and they just kind of haven't found one. And they tried to go the cheap way last year by adding Javonte Williams. So, Jeremiah Love, you are a Cowboy, and that brings us to you, sir, with the LA Rams.
So this is a really bad board for what happened to the Rams, right? Like this would have the Rams crashing out. Because I love the idea of Sonny Styles being there, but I also know that the Rams don't ever invest that high in linebackers. They typically avoid it in like the first few rounds.
McCoy is sitting right there though. He's perfect fit. I think McCoy.
I know, I was looking at him too.
He might be the best corner in the draft, to be honest. I like Lane, but I think McCoy healthy might be the best one.
Yeah, I think that McCoy is still like the entry from last year, but he should be recovered by then. I think I would go McCoy, but it's close. And I would even, like, a lot of people would say this is crazy, but I would consider Peter Woods there too. I know that like people are like, what? But they have like this young edge, but they have a bunch of young D tackles. It's just they're not all that great. But I think I could lean for McCoy. I'd do it either way. So I would go Peter Woods, but I think McCoy is a more realistic fit.
There you go. All right, Jamal McCoy, you are a Ramley family. And that takes us to Baltimore. In the words of Ray Lewis, the Baltimore Ravens. And listen to the Ravens fans' heartbeat as we sit here on the clock. And David Bailey's gone. Reuben Bain is gone. Mekhi Lemon is gone. Jordan Tyson is gone. Connell Tate is gone. Arvell Reese is gone.
I already know where you're going, sir.
And they sit there and they say, oh my God, what do? We got Vega. We could go guard and tie up the guard position, lock that up, throw away the key. We could go big body edge and Keldrick Falk, guy who can really set the edge really well and stop the run. You got Sonny Styles, who will be an interesting inside linebacker next to Roquan Smith, and just his athleticism. I mean, the guy was like a safety basketball player. I mean, the things that Jesse Minter could probably do with him would really get the wheels turning. You could go Cassius Howell here. You could go Peter Woods here. Denzel Boston is there, who I really like a lot. And honestly, I would probably just, in this situation, I'll probably close my eyes and just take them. Because I feel like you do need that big outside X receiver. Obviously, Metabike, what goes on with him has a lot to do with how this is going to play out. Because if he's healthy, then that opens up the board completely, right? If he can play, opens up the board completely. I'm gonna do something different than what I've done in the past. I've kind of gone Woods a lot, and this time I'm going to go, and I'm going to take the best player I think that'll be the best fit for the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm gonna take Denzel Boston, wide receiver, University of Washington. Wow. Just watch the film, 6'4", outside receiver, the guy that everybody's been arguing. We need the 6'4" guy. Well, this guy's legit. 6'4", can play outside, can play inside, has versatility, can do everything. I think he's a guy that you take him, and maybe at first you got reservations at 14, but then after a while you sit back and you're like, and he's playing well, and you're like, you know what? Who cares when we picked him? He was a really good pickup. He's really good for Lamar Jackson, and he really rounds out that receiving core with now Zay, Boston, Tez, and even Bateman if he's still there. All right, the South, Tampa Bay. This was Bill, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you take this one.
This one's really easy. I feel like this is like the first perfect marriage of a player and a situation.
I know exactly where you go.
Anywhere in the draft you can find. I'm going Sonny Styles. He's not my linebacker one, but he's definitely the type that they would mold into a linebacker one. He's a beast. Like, he's one of the best coverage linebackers I've seen in years with this thing. And even though he's not my linebacker one, it's because my linebackers are way higher on my board than anywhere else. Like, this is the craziest linebacker class in a minute. And I think he would be such a perfect fit, learning from Levante David. We'll still figure out what's going on there. But like, obviously, like, they need to prepare for that next step, and he would be such a good player to start as a Will day one, and then like eventually evolve into a Mike. That's how I think his like career should go, and I think it's just like a perfect fit. I don't think there's a better place for him to go in this draft.
Yep, I agree. I've been mocking Sonny Styles to the Buck. I mean, he reminds me of the next Levante David, right? Like, just the next Levante David. Come on down. All right, so I got the Jets with this pick. Spencer Fano was the first pick. That kind of messed everything up. Josh, what's going on, my boy? Good to hear from you. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so with this pick, the New York Jets, everybody's gonna say quarterback. They need go get Ty Simpson. I think honestly, they just need a good football team. They need to build and add as many good football players as they possibly can. And if the board falls like this, I think, Aaron Glenn doesn't hesitate, and he goes and he does this. With the 16th pick in the Draftnerd mock draft, the New York Jets select Peter Woods, defensive tackle, Clemson. Now, hear me out. They just traded Quentin Williams this past season. They have now a gaping hole in the middle of that defense. You got to replace that, and if a guy like Peter Woods falls to you, I think it's a natural fit. Now you got a guy on the trenches and Spencer Fano for the offense, guy on the trenches and Peter Woods for the defense. And now you can just continue just to build. This team is not a Ty Simpson or any quarterback away from doing much anyway. And so this makes sense. All right, Detroit. This is the NFC North, right? This is me.
Yes, sir.
A lot of interesting pieces here for Detroit. But I'm gonna make this real quick. With the 17th overall pick in the Draftnerd mock draft, Detroit Lions select Vega Ione, guard, Penn State. They definitely need to shore up that offensive line. Jared Goff is not very mobile and not getting any younger. Got to protect them. They could be a good pick.
It's a nice fit for him too.
Yep, nice fit. He's
way more of a pure pass blocking guard, and that's where he's going to be passing.
And that's a pass blocking. I mean, that's a passing offense. So
yeah, and he's good. He's good enough. He'll be doing both. Like, he'll do both, but his like calling card is drafted is the pass.
All right, Nigerian says, was Peter Woods too high at 14? Just curious. No, I don't think it was too high. I've taken Peter Woods at 14 numerous of times. I kind of wanted to do something different. Also, I love Denzel, and the way I look at it is like this, okay? If you can't trade back, then the likelihood of you getting another Denzel Boston in the second or third round is not like, I do love the receiving class, but Denzel Boston is a projected first round pick for a reason, and I see other big receivers that are pretty good, but not many do what he can do. And I just think that you just take that guy, because I feel like Woods. I feel like Boston or Lemon are the two receivers the Ravens should target, not Tyson, not Tate. I think those are the only two receivers to me that is acceptable to draft in the first round. And you take one of those two, and I think you'd be happy with it. But if Woods I could go Woods there as well, and I'll be perfectly fine with it. All right, Minnesota Vikings with the next pick. That is also me. They're also devastated that Jeremiah Love is not here, because that would have been a great pick for Minnesota. They could definitely use a running back. Yeah, no problem, bro. They could definitely use a running back. They can use some offensive line help. They can use a corner. I think corner is something that's been plaguing this team for a long, long time. And so, with the 18th pick, the Draft Nerds mock draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Avion Terrell, cornerback. Clemson. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Dallas is also me, I think. Dang, I'm on a run right now. Okay, so I'm gonna make this quick. Dallas has the 24th overall pick. They went and shocked the world.
Wait, the Panthers are picking.
Oh, Carolina. My bad. You're right. I didn't see them. They're just looking,
They're hidden cats.
Obsolete. All right, so it's on you, brother. Carolina Panthers. What you got?
Now I'm still gonna say this. I think it's a good fit for him, and I still think people are making him fall down boards way too often. Matt knows who I'm talking about because he's my guy. I think they could go CJ Allen here, and that is my linebacker. I think CJ Allen is a classic field general on the defensive side of the ball. I think he's going to be a monster in the league. I think whoever takes him is going to end up really happy, and in this case, it's Carolina.
All right. With the 20th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select. And this feels good. They would have probably liked to get Sony Styles, but this feels good. So Keldrick Falk, edge rusher, Auburn.
That's where he had to go.
Doesn't he feel like a Dallas Cowboys edge rusher though? If you think about the type of edges they like, the guys they've had in the past, right? DeMarcus Lawrence and just those big, long, physical edge rushers. This kind of reminds me of them. So I like the pick. All right, there we go. Pittsburgh Steelers here at pick 21. They are devastated that Denzel Boston got snatched by the Baltimore Ravens going in their division because that is exactly where they would probably have gone with the big body receiver to help out whatever quarterback they have because I think that's just where they need to go. The corners have been picked off a little bit. Not an ideal board for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that being said, with the 21st pick in the Draft Nerds mock draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. If you look at Mike McCarthy, he's had a history of being able to handle young quarterbacks well, developing them, he's kind of an offensive guy, quarterback guy. Get Ty Simpson. Hopefully you can get Rodgers to come back or some other veteran to kind of play while you develop Ty Simpson, and then maybe you got something later down the road. All right, AFC West, we got the Chargers. That is you, sir.
Some people are going to think this is too early. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I just realized somebody's here that I didn't realize was there. Yeah, so originally...
I know, Josh, I know.
Originally, I was going to say Pregnon.
He can develop, though, into a pass rusher, though. He said Falk has no pass rush, though, just a run stopper. And you're right. He's a really good run stopper right now, but I think he can develop into a pass rusher.
Run stopping is harder to teach somebody, in my opinion.
It is. It's like I can teach you how to rush the passer. I can't really teach you how to stop the run. Like that's like something you got or you don't, right? And he already does that really, really well. And then I think he can develop as a pass rusher, especially playing next to those two D linemen you got now. With Quentin Williams and Clark, right? Kenny Clark. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. So in terms of what I'm doing here, originally I was gonna go Pregnon because I think that's like an incredible fit for them. And I've been saying that the biggest thing for them is they need to get physical. They need to get more into the old Jim Harbaugh style of thinking. Mm-hmm. And ironically, I'm not necessarily even picking somebody who's as physical as Pregnon here, but if I saw Caleb Lomu here, that'd be a heartbeat pick for me. I think he's awesome. He's got some of the best tackle form in his whole entire class. I think people don't watch tackles, and I think that's why he keeps falling down mock draft boards. This guy should be taken this high. He's really talented. He's almost as talented as the guy we took at number 2. They're both really good.
Yeah, they are really good. Both of those guys are really good. All right, I'll let you take the Eagles here.
All the Eagles. One that I think would be kind of fun here, because like you're probably losing Goddard in free agency. So give me Kenyon City. Like, let's just see what happens.
I like it. Kenyon Sadiq feels natural. All right, Cleveland, you have gotten your tackle. I'm sorry, you got your wide receiver already. You wanted your tackle, but you got your receiver already. Now you got to get your tackle. I don't know if it's Proctor. I don't know if I would go Proctor here, but I will go with Monroe Freeland here. Tackle Georgia. Multiple reasons. One, Monroe was recruited to Georgia when Todd Monken was there, so there's a natural connection there. He fits the tackle position to like the natural tackle position, which I don't know if Caden Proctor is a natural tackle in the NFL. I don't know if he's a guard tackle. I don't know what he is. But Freeland is more of a natural tackle. Again, you have the connection there with Monken in Georgia, and I think it'd be a good fit. You come out of this draft, this first round, with Jordan Tyson and Monroe Freeland. I think if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. All right, Chicago Bears, the Bears. That is me.
Bears.
The Bears. That's me, and this is a team I'm bullish on. I love the Bears. I like what they've been building. Ryan Poles has been doing his thing, and I just like what they've been doing. And I'm not going to waste a lot of time. And with the 25th pick, the Chicago Bears select Cassius Howell, edge rusher, Texas A&M. I feel like they need some more juice off the line. I thought about Caden McDonald. They could definitely use somebody in the middle, stop the run, but they really need some juice off the edge, and I think Cassius Howell could do that for them. All right, Buffalo, I'll let you go with that one, sir.
Man, this is like the worst thing that could happen to the Bills.
Oh, yes.
All the linebackers are gone, safeties are gone, edges are gone, wide receivers are gone.
This is terrible board for the Bills.
Gosh, in this case, hold up, let me see something in like a year, like what their free agents look like.
Hey, the board could really fall this unpretty, and teams could be sitting at the bottom thinking like, oh man,
like this is like the worst situation that can happen to the Bills, right? Like, it just doesn't happen worse than this. I mean, I think ultimately, I'd actually go Akeem Mesidor here. Just because like that's the way this board is found. And I think like at the same time, like they need edge rush help and they need it fast. They need somebody who's ready, and he's ready. Like I like TJ Parker a lot. I'd even consider taking TJ Parker ahead of Mesidor, but just not for the Bills who need instant impact. And like I think Mesidor is going to be an instant contributor.
All right, you up again with the 49ers, sir?
This where I'll go Pregnon, the offensive guard down there. So the Oregon boys gets to stay on the West Coast. Just a physical run blocker, man. Like just a physical guy. That's like a classic what the 49ers like in their players too. It's just pure physicality, pure angry. Like that guy will run. That guy could run with a truck on his back, and I just think he's gonna be a stud at the next level as well.
All right,
And
I got the Houston Texans, and I'm going to go Caleb Banks. Making a strength stronger. Their defense is already really good. The secondary is unbelievable. I was torn between McDonald and Banks, but Banks gives them a little bit more from the pass rush standpoint. I think he can get after the quarterback and kind of, do some of the things. McDonald would have been good as a run stopper, just kind of plug things up, but I like Banks here with the Texans. All right, LA Rams, you're up.
See, ironically, I was actually going to do that. But, like, this is the first Rams mock draft I've done where I took corner first because I've been taking Hood a lot, like, with this pick. And I think, like, this is a perfect day for the fit. That being said, I think in this situation, I've never seen his name spelled Kevin like that. That's kind of crazy. It just blew my mind. I think I'd still go KC, though. I go Concepcion. It's not as huge of a need for them right now, but it adds a new dimension to the offense that they don't really have. They don't really have that pure speed guy, and I think he would be a nice little fit over there.
All right, you back with Denver, sir?
And Denver. This is another team that would just be going through it if this was the case. I think that I could see them. They probably lose Franklin Myers is my prediction. I think this would be a good place for either a Caden McDonald or a TJ Parker. I think I'd lean Caden.
All right. Caden McDonald, you are a Bronco. All right, New England Patriots. I'll take this one since you got Seattle with the last pick. All right, so Washington Super Bowl offensive line got beat up a little bit, and they didn't really, the pressure wasn't there off the edge for them. Then they can use a little bit more juice on the edge. So I'm gonna go with TJ Parker here, edge rusher, Clemson.
Interesting. I mean, I think for our last pick, we're really just sitting here, kind of like rejoicing in happiness. We hope that one of the guards falls to us, right? We want that Bradford replacement, but there's other guys that you're gonna have to replace as well. Two really nice corners at the top right there. I think they end up both going in round one, actually. This is just the way the board fell in itself. But I would go Colton Hood here if he fell to 32 to Seattle. I think he'd be a stud over there.
Great pick. All right. Powering through. Now this is the power hour. This is when we just go through speed rounds. All right. New York Jets, 33. I'll keep going with this one. This was originally Bill. So first two picks, they went Spencer Fano and then they went Peter Woods, right? Addressing the trenches in the first round. I think at this point, this is when things get a little freaky, right? This is when they do a little something different. I don't like the quarterbacks here, obviously. So if I'm the Jets right now, I'm going would it be a perfect number 2 to Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna go Omar Cooper Jr. here. All right, Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they could use offensive linemen still. I know I took one earlier. I think just for the sake of it, I think like a lot of people aren't putting edge rusher high enough on their needs. I think they do need one. I would go R. Mason Thomas in this situation personally.
All right. Tennessee Titans, that's you.
And then the lucky thing about being the Titans is I get to do whatever I want because they need everything. So give me Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo. Kid's a rocket.
Nice. All right. You're back on the board again with the Raiders.
Then obviously we took Mendoza first. So now it's just about getting something that we could pair Mendoza with that he's going to need. But that being said, I didn't see who I wanted there. I haven't even thought about this as a fit, but give me Anthony Hill, actually. They don't need linebacker too bad, but it would be a real fun fit.
I think they could use a linebacker. They were playing with like safeties and all that. Playing linebacker.
Yeah, Jamal Adams.
Yep. Giants, first round, they went Reuben Bain.
What's your phone?
Not yet, baby.
Okay.
All right. Reuben Bain with the first pick. And then now we have this next pick. John Harbaugh needs to address a couple things. Corner, obviously, I'm sorry. The Giants didn't go Reuben Bain. The Giants went.
You went
Tate. Yes, we went Cardinal Tate. I'm sorry. Cardinal Tate with the first pick. Get that compliment to Malik Neighbors, which I think they definitely need. Then that opens up this next pick. But there's a guy who's sitting there that I think would be fantastic in this situation. So the New York Giants select Brandon Siss, corner from South Carolina.
Hey.
Having a draft, John. Houston Texans. Age time. All right, Houston just went Caleb Banks in the first round. They need interior offensive line. I'm just going to take Caden Proctor here. I think you can play him inside. You can play him outside. You just figure it out. Just get him on the team. Get him in your weight program. Get him in shape. And then I think that talent that we saw when he was coming out of high school eventually will show. And then you take Caden Proctor here. That'd be still at this point at pick 38. All right, Cleveland Browns. That is me as well. And pick 39, the Cleveland Browns are sitting here, and they have just taken Monroe Freeland and Jordan Tyson. So they are sitting pretty, feeling good about themselves. They could go offensive line again. I could see that. But I think they might want to go. They could go defense. I'm gonna go defense this time. I'm gonna go this time Jordan Tyson's teammate, and I'm gonna go Keith Abney, corner from Arizona State. I think Denzel Ward is kind of getting long in the tooth over there, and they need somebody on that outside to cover. Kansas City, here you go, sir.
Yeah, we were receiver earlier, much to the dismay of many Ravens fans. I think with this pick, I still think edge is a massive need for them, and they've never really been the team to like hide from like character flaw guys. So give me Zion Young. I think they would still take him here.
Nice pick. Standing in the state of Missouri.
Yes, sir.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals back on the clock. They went with they got a steal, and Arvell Reese fell right in their lap at pick 10, and now here they are sitting there thinking, okay, do we have someone else fall to us? What can we do for an encore? And I'm going to. You took a guy that I think they would have been interested in, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think he would have been really interesting as a safety back there, covering things up. But here I'm gonna go Kristen Miller, defensive tackle from Georgia. Yeah. All right, moving right along. The Saints come marching in. The Saints come marching. All right, here we go. Shout out to my girl Ann. Your Saints. In the first round, your Saints went with David Bailey, so you should be really happy about that. And now, I think they continue to go and build on some of those weaknesses, and I think they go and try to get a wide receiver here, and I think they go get a guy with some upside, and that guy is Chris Bell. I think when you think about, okay, here's a couple things. He played with Tyler Shuck at Louisville, right? He's going to a team that's not really trying to, like, they don't have aspirations to win the Super Bowl this year, so they can be patient with him in his rehab. When he comes back and healthy, he's going to be dynamic. He's going to be dangerous, and he's a really great compliment to Olave. So I think it's a great pick. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like it. It's a little high for me just because the injury scares me a little bit more than most people, but he's a phenomenal player if he can stay healthy. I was so heartbroken for him, too, because it happened right before the bowl games. So just like, it sucks.
Yeah, it did. Where did the picks go? Did I hide it?
When you picked wide receiver, it's showing you everybody who's wide receiver.
Oh, right. I'm sure. Yeah. All right, there we go. I'm like, okay, all right. Your Dolphins, sir. You're back up.
I'm not going to lie to you. It'd be really funny to take another corner, and that's what I think the Dolphins should do. But they also really need offensive line help. Yeah. And I think Jennings Dunker would fit really well there.
I thought you were going to go tackle. I ain't going to lie. I thought you was going to go Blake Miller.
I thought about it for a second.
Yeah.
I think they need guard more right now. And then, like, you kind of have a guy who's like a tweener, so you can figure it out where he plays best. But I think they need interior guards way more than they need tackles. They need both, honestly, but their interior is just rough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jennings Dunker, you are a Dolphin. New York Jets, back on the clock again. They got Omar Cooper Jr., along with Spencer Fano and what did they get later in the first? They got Spencer Fano. Oh, and Peter Woods. So it's Peter Woods, Spencer Fano, and Omar Cooper Jr. They're having a day. I mean, they're having a draft so far. So going to keep building on this team. And I think at this point, it's time to look at some value picks. And I think Dylan Diamond would be a really good pick here. For
the I love Dylan Diamond, man.
That would be a really great pick. Getting that safety, getting that guy. He feels like a Jet, too. Kind of feels like a Jet to me. All right, I'm back on the clock. Baltimore Ravens. We are on the clock. What do we do here, y'all? What do we do here? Jennings Dunker got taken 2 picks before us. You know, this is the second round. Jordan has now picked a Raven favorite twice before the Ravens. So I think we should start thinking about maybe we should take away his Raven pass and maybe his Raven fan pass because, you know, he's been intentionally swiping the Ravens. And at first I thought it was, you know, just a coincidence. I'm starting to think it's intentional now. So, you know, make sure you guys give Jordan some heat on this, y'all.
Hey man, I have to take the players I like.
He's putting Dunker on the Dolphins. Come on. All right. Ravens need an edge. Ravens need interior offensive line. They need defensive line. Not 100% sure that I'm not really 100% sure what's going on with not yet, baby. I'm not really 100% sure. Yes, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen with Matabike. Some guys I really do like here. I do like Joseph. I was supposed to talk about him in our all 22. I didn't get a chance to get to, but I like Joseph here. But there's some other players that are sitting there just kind of sticking out to me. And I just believe in going best player available. We got Denzel Boston in the bag. And I'm gonna go Lee Hunter here.
Yeah.
D tackle from Texas Tech. I think, you know, a guy that can split double teams, 2 gap. You know, he can play right over the nose, or he can play that 5 technique, 4 technique. I think he can do a couple things, even in 3 technique. I think if he wanted to, he's just that dynamic as a interior rusher. Put him next to Travis Jones with Peoples, and I think he got something. And if somehow Matabike's healthy, man, you really got something. You know what I'm saying? So Denzel Boston and Lee Hunter is your first 2 picks. I think you're in good shape. And then you can get your offensive lineman in the 3rd round. I trust the new O-line coach, and I think he's going to get the best out of that group. So, all right, Indianapolis Colts, this is you for Jay.
Buccaneers. Once again, it is.
Oh, I don't know why I keep looking. I'll keep looking like the next step down. My bad. All right, so the Bucs, it's still you anyway.
Yeah. Man, this is a bad place for them to be too. I took Sonny Styles with the last pick. I still think corner is a need for them that a lot of people don't talk about. I don't think it's like their biggest need in the world, but like with the way that the board falls, I think it's a bigger need than anything. So like give me Chris Johnson out of those top players.
Nice.
Man, Chris Johnson and Sonny Styles would be crazy 2 additions for the Bucs.
Yeah, that would be crazy 2 additions. Yeah. All right, you up with the Colts?
Who's gonna have the highest RAS score? It's so crazy because like I just think like Max being here sticks out like a sore thumb right now, but I don't think the Colts necessarily would pull that trigger. They will probably be losing. Man, it's really tempting to go with somebody here that like it doesn't feel like would be awesome, but like I would love to see them do it. But like I just still, because I think you're gonna lose Alec Pierce, right? So I think like that's the biggest thing to look at is like you're gonna lose Alec Pierce, but I don't think any of these wide receivers necessarily fit what he would do. Ooh, Jake Galladay could be really fun here. I'm going to go. I keep thinking they need corner because I keep forgetting they traded for Sauce. Man, that's a bad board for them. This one's tough. Because, like, literally, like, I mean.
He's stuck, ladies and gentlemen. We've stumped Draft Jesus.
Give me. I don't like this as a fit, but it would be probably what would happen here is Joshua Josephs.
I like it. I like Joshua Josephs. I'm a fan. All right, Atlanta, I'm up, and Atlanta could use a lot of things. They could use a corner, they could use a tackle, they could use a defensive lineman, they could use a lot of things. But I'm thinking new offensive coordinator coming in there. I mean, new head coach coming in there, and Stefanski. I know what he wants to do. He wants to go play action. He wants the outside zone running. He wants to, is it going to be like who's going to be the quarterback, right? We know it's not going to be Kirk Cousins, right? And it's probably I don't know. I mean, because what happened to what's my man's name? Did he tore his ACL, right?
Penix?
Yeah, Penix. Yes, he tore his ACL. So you got to get him healthy first, and if he does get healthy, you got to keep him upright. So I'm gonna go with Blake Miller here. I feel like you could never go wrong just drafting a pass protector, especially when you need a pass protector. So, all right, I'm gonna go with Vikings here. And last year they took Donovan Jackson in the first round. They still have a need at interior offensive line. They took a corner, but they could probably use another one. They could use a running back as well. Defensive line, linebacker. They used a couple different things. Really, let's solidify that offensive line. You got a young quarterback, McCarthy. You need to get the best out of him. Donovan Jackson on one side. Let's go Chase Basantes here. Protect the young McCarthy. All right, Detroit. First round, they went with Vega Ione. Took care of that interior offensive line spot. They could use an edge rusher here. They could use a corner here. They could also use a tackle here. Safety as well. Tight end. This is an interesting spot that Detroit finds themselves in. I'm going to go LT Overton here to the Detroit Lions. I like him. I think he'd be a good fit. All right, Carolina Panthers. That's you, sir.
I took CJ Allen first, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, man, sorry. I saw Trinidad Chambliss. I got heartbroken.
I know.
He should be with these guys.
He saw him and just got stuck.
Like, I got hurt. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's right. I do want to look at one thing really quick, man. Coker's a free agent, right?
He is. I think he's going back, though.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, and they don't have to pay a lot to get him either.
Give me Yaquez, actually. We were just talking about him today. I just saw him up there. Gabe Yaquez.
Yaquez, yeah. Yaquez. All right, there you go. Green Bay Packers. First time on the board today. They can use corner, defensive line. They could use interior offensive line. Tackle. They could use a few things. I'm going to go Green Bay. I'm going to go with the undersized dynamo here. I'm going to go D'Angelo Pons here. I think that'd be a really fun fit. Green Bay with Pons. I mean, he's an experienced young player coming in, played in some big games. We'll be able to give them some help from the slot. Even can play a little outside too, depending on the matchup. He said no. Monks, no.
Monks hoping he'd follow us in the third round.
Oh, no, man. Our second pick has already been made, man. I don't see Pons going in the third. All right, Pittsburgh. This is me. They took the quarterback because the receiver was gone. Now I think you go with the receiver with the upside. I think you go with a guy who's kind of shown he could be a number one-ish physical. Feels like a Pittsburgh Steeler to me. I'm gonna go Elijah Surratt here. Now you got DK and Surratt. Philadelphia Eagles. I'll let you take that one, sir.
I mean, if Max is there, I would take Max here. I think like the Eagles are just the definition of like make way for things later. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like a perfect player for that. I think he was last too long on the board too.
Yeah.
I think they pull
I thought about him a couple of picks, but I just was like, nah, that was better.
Yeah.
All right, you up, Chargers.
And with the Chargers, let's go take Keontae Scott out of my.
Oh, you really about to get a no from Moggs. No. Not Pons and Scott. Jeez. But this is about where they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go late second. All right, so Jacksonville, that's you again, sir.
Oh, it's me. What do we take in the first round?
Jacksonville took.
Oh no, they don't have a first.
They don't have a first round pick. They traded it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jaguars. Oh, matter of fact, you had the Titans. I think I had the Jaguars, right?
Yeah. I had the Titans.
Okay. All right. You had the Titans. Okay. All right. Understood. All right. Sheesh, man. Sheesh. I think they would have probably been interested in Max.
Well, he wouldn't have made it past the Chargers anyway if that happened. So,
probably not.
That was who I originally planned on him going. Then I remembered I had the Eagles pick, and I was like, oh.
Interesting board here.
That it is.
Yeah. Sheesh. This is an interesting board for them. I'm going to go Caleb Tiernan here. I think he's a guy that can play inside. He can play outside. They could be good. Yeah.
I was thinking about him earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he'd be good. He feels like a Liam Cohen type of player.
Mm.
Yeah, I like it. All right, Chicago, that is me again. They went in the first round with... Where did they go in first round? Oh, they went Cassius Howell, taking care of that edge rusher. Now I'm going to go and continue to either solidify that defense and either go D-line here, or I'm going to go safety. I think they could use a safety, especially with the Brisker being a free agent. So I think we're just going to do that. We're going to go AJ Halsey here. He's actually one of my favorite players in this draft. I like AJ. AJ Halsey to the Bears. The Bears. All right,
you wide receivers for a second.
Yeah. Yes, you may, sir.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, it's just exactly where this would be too high for picks for me, for these guys. Like, I took Pregnon with the first pick, right? That was my first pick with him. You could just go back to all players now. I don't think I'm gonna pick one of the wide receivers. I like Fields a lot, but Fields at the end of round 2 just feels a little high. If you could go, if we could see them all. Yeah.
Your boy still sitting there.
I know. There's another one I'm thinking about too, though. Do they have... I mean, at some point you have to prepare for life after Fred Warner, but I don't think that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me... You know what? They need to get on both sides of the trenches. It's the same thing I said for one Bosa, so why wouldn't I say it for the other? Give me Derek Moore. Edge, Michigan.
Just taking all the Raven players. Just this is why Jordan is not allowed to talk ball with me, because then he ends up taking all my players, and because it's all he knows, man. It's all he knows. All right, Buffalo Bills circling the wagons. Is this you?
No, it's Texans.
Oh, Texans.
And how about Trust, man? I got my own box.
Trust. All right, it's me, Texans. Sorry. All right, we went Caleb Banks first round. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And then we went Caden Proctor. All right. All right, let's go. Let's go Jadarian Price here. I like it. They need a running back. Watching the playoffs, it just felt like, man, they needed a little bit more juice at running back. And no, Joe Mixon was out with an injury, and he'll come back at some point. But felt like those backs were just kind of not really getting it. I do like Woody Marks, but Price I feel like would be if like Jeremiah Love wasn't at Notre Dame, Jadarian Price would be the number 1 running back in Notre Dame and probably ranked a lot higher. But that's what happens when you gotta share the backfield with a phenom. All right.
The Bills. Do I have the Bills?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Scott, damn it, Jordan. No, like Simpson. No.
Give me Josiah Trotter out of Missouri.
Let him go. All right. You want who? Jeremiah Trotter?
Josiah Trotter.
Josiah Trotter, man. Yeah. Good pick. I like that. All right. You up with the Rams? Ramley.
And then, so this one I was looking up earlier with them was I was trying to see when their guys are free agents for something. But I would still make this move even if like I didn't have to worry about it, because I still I know a lot of people like their interior guys, but there's nobody that really plays like this one on them. And I'm gonna go with Big Citrus. Give me Dominique Orange,
bro.
That's my guy, bro.
Get out of my top. Get out of my top 50, bro. Get out of my top 100. Like literally, bro. Notice how all of his guys are my guys, right?
That's the first time it's ever happened this year.
It's not the first time. You've been stealing for a long time, Jordan. It's like, no, I'm joking. All right, New England, is that me or is that?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay, all right.
But it's
Chambliss.
But it's a Broncos, so.
Bro, I've been doing this all night. I'm going past her. I'm like ignoring this team and just going straight to this team for some reason. All right, Denver, that's you, right? West, yeah, West. Who you got? I'm just trying to get back to my picks. That's what it is.
Now give me my boy. Now give me Jamie Bernard.
To Denver?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
I feel comfortable with him there.
All right. New England. How do you feel in New England? All right. Like what they did, man. They got to the Super Bowl. You can see that I just was watching that game thinking they just don't got on the offensive side of the ball, they have no elite players. None.
Yeah.
And you felt it. You could see it. Damn, they really need some guys. I'm going to go here. I think Drake May could use a little bit more. He could use some more weapons. I'm gonna go with Max Clare here, tight end. I think he can use a guy. Like, no disrespect to Patriots tight ends. I think who's the tight end right now? It's what's my guy's name?
For the Patriots?
Yeah, it's what's his name? He used to play for the Chargers.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, but
Henry.
Yeah, he's getting long in the tooth, and I don't know about that. So I'm gonna go Max Clare here. I like Max Clare, work in the middle of the field, athletic, can catch, really good hands. He's one of the most underrated tight ends in this draft. I really do think. Like, he's, to me, I have him at tight end too. So
you're gonna hate me on this one too, but I know you need a Boy Mafe replacement because I don't think he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're better when they're deeper at edge, and that's what it showed with the Seahawks games and what we were watching. It's gonna be Romello Height with this pick.
Romello Height, nice. There you go. Yeah, that would be a nice my favorite placement. I like that a lot. All right, you back up with the Arizona Cardinals for the last round, the third round here.
And big old Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I've been taking like mainly offensive linemen for them. And then I might have taken a corner. I don't remember who I took with the first pick. But
yeah, you took Francis Malinois, and then you took R. Mason Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So look at their needs. We go to I put believe me, if Trinidad Chambliss was here. Can you go to D tackle for me for a second, like D line?
Yeah, if R. Mason Thomas was here, this would be an easy one. Layup.
I like Grayson Hall a lot, but that's not where I'd go. Go back to all for a second. I'm just gonna. Give me Jake Galladay. I think he's really fun.
Good pick. All right, Tennessee Titans, you're up against her.
And then, God, we just need everything that could catch a ball for this man. Give me Malachi Fields here. Actually, no. Give me Jacoby Lane.
Nice.
He just
yeah, helping out Cam Ward. All right, Las Vegas. You going to go help out Mendoza?
We took Elijah Surratt, correct?
No. I took Elijah Surratt. You took Fernando Mendoza.
No, I'm saying like he's off the board.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because I think, like, theoretically, the Raiders would love to walk out with one of their teammates.
Yeah, and both of them have been picked, by the way. Cooper Jr. and Surratt have both been picked.
So I guess this is the pick where I pick Fields, right? So I have drafted 2 back-to-back 6'4" wide receivers, but that's probably where I'd lead on this one.
Fields?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, Eagles.
The Eagles are so deep that kicker shows up on their draft needs. That's fucking crazy. We go to safety for a second. There's a name I was surprised that he hasn't gone yet. But that's not how I'd have my safety rankings, to be honest with you. I guess give me Kamari Ramsey.
All right. Texans, I am on the board. All right. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to stay in the state of Texas. I'm going to go Jacob Rodriguez here to Houston. I like it. They need a linebacker. Jacob Rodriguez will be able to play for D'Amico Ryans. I feel like a good fit.
Yeah, I thought about taking him a little bit earlier too.
Yeah. All right, Cleveland. quarterback, interior offensive line, safety, defensive line. I'm gonna go with Connor Lew here to the Cleveland Browns. Like the fit, he can play guard, he can play center. Dealt with an injury, but he should be good to go by the time the season starts. By the time training camp hits, he should be good to go. All right, Washington Commanders. That is you, sir.
Man, so there's two different spots I'm thinking right now with this one, but I'm checking one free agent really quick. I still don't believe in Krosky Barrett as much as some people, and I think Emmett Johnson is slowly becoming like one of my favorite running backs to watch in this.
Oh, he's RB2 for me. I'm way ahead of you on that, sir.
Oh, okay.
I thought I heard you say to me a lot not too long ago that you weren't really a fan of him at first.
No, I started watching a lot more.
Yeah, okay.
More into him.
I was about to say, I think you need to get familiar. That guy is, yes, I love Emmett, Emmett Johnson, and he's my RB2. Haven't put out my running back rankings yet, but he will be RB2 on it. Just love the way he just no nonsense, north south, hits the hole. He got patience when he needs patience. To and through the hole, can catch the ball at the backfield. Like him a lot. Think he's going to be a steal for somebody late.
I think he's also like one of the better like pure running backs, right? Like you could just do like so many different things with him, which a lot of these running backs are kind of one track mind in this class, especially where it's like you can only really do 1 to 2 things with each of them. There's like a lot of different things you can do with an Emmett Johnson.
Absolutely. All right. What are the Commanders doing?
That's who they're doing. They're getting Emmett Johnson.
Oh, Emmett Johnson. Okay, I thought you just said you like him. I didn't know you wanted to go with. All right, cool. I know they got Krosky Barrett last year, so we'll see how that works out. Be a good backfield to have. Bengals. I'm back up with the Bengals. I went Christian Miller and I went Arvell Reese. All right, what do they do now here for their third pick? Actually, I think I want to go. I think I see who I want, but I just want to double check. Like, give you some help in that secondary. Yeah, I'm going to go Malik Muhammad here.
I love Malik Muhammad.
Yeah, love Malik Muhammad. Loved him. I thought he competed really well at the Senior Bowl. But he's a good, I like him here. Pick 72 to the Bengals. They attack they get Arvell Reese to fall, and then they go they go Christian Miller in the second, and then they come back and get Malik Muhammad in the third. I think this is a pretty solid draft for them. And then we got the Saints. The Saints went Chris Bell, and they went David Bailey. All right, so let's keep building these Saints up. And I kind of want to go Coleman here, but he kind of reminds me of what they already have.
Yeah.
I think this might be a situation where they just kind of go and look at the board and just kind of like, okay, we're just going to go best player, and let's go David Igbinosun, Ohio State corner.
Well, I'm glad you took Coleman there because I'm going to go Coleman with the Chiefs pick.
All right. Great pick. Miami, you're back up.
Man, they should really take another corner. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm gonna just double up at O-line. I'm gonna get Isaiah World as well.
Nice.
I thought about Ted Gurst for a second, but it's just not as much need for them right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, Pittsburgh. That's me. They went wide receiver. They went quarterback. Then he did add some more pieces to that defense. Also, the offensive line. Let me see. I'm in the third round, so I think you just kind of start looking for some value here. Trying to think, you got Mike McCarthy. I'm trying not to think like Mike Tomlin, how he would think, because it's a different guy. I'm gonna go Deontay Lawson. I think, obviously Patrick Queen is there's rumors that he could be cut before free agency. So yeah, I think Deontay Lawson be a good pick here. You're up with Tampa Bay.
He's rising up a lot of boards lately too.
Deontay Lawson, yeah,
he is. Who'd I take in the second round with the Bucks? I know in the first I went. I grabbed Sonny Styles. It was Sonny Styles and I think Chris Johnson.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So then with that being said, I'm still going to need an edge at some point, and Danny Dennis Sutton's right there. So I think that's where I'm going to lean.
All right. Okay. Colts, you're up, sir.
God, they literally are such a raw score team that every time I see anything else, it's just I can't even imagine it. I'm like, that guy's going to run too slow for the Colts. Scroll down a little bit. Because I don't think this is where they would lean. Ooh. Wheatley. Go Wheatley. The safety.
All right, Atlanta, that's me. And we're going to go Darryl Jackson here. Kind of beef up that front. All right, Baltimore Ravens are on the clock, and we have gone with Denzel Boston, and we've gone with Lee Hunter. So far, so good. Building up the things that need to be built. You kind of took Danny Dennis Sutton. Again, this is the third round. This is the third round in a row in which you've taken a player the Ravens would probably have drafted. Just want you to know that. I mean, it feels like a troll job,
It really is. When I start on my life,
definitely feels like, I'm just going to get in this mock draft and I'm a troll.
Next thing you know, we're going 7 rounds. I'm drafting your cousin from you.
You mean my nephew?
Oh yeah, your nephew. Sorry.
Yeah, Naika. That would be hilarious. All right. What do we do here, Ravens? Malachi Lawrence is somebody I really do like.
He was who I was between. It was between Dennis Sutton and him. But I like Danny Dennis Sutton more.
I love Malachi Lawrence. People don't talk about Malachi Lawrence enough, in my opinion.
I agree.
He's got some juice, man, coming off the edge. Ted Hurst would be great here, but we've already taken Denzel Boston. Keelan Rutledge is sitting there staring me in the face. Also, I'm thinking about some of these linebackers. Definitely think at some point they'll do that, but I'm gonna go Keelan Rutledge here for the Baltimore Ravens. Solidify 3 needs. We go receiver, defensive tackle, interior offensive line, and then we still need to get an edge rusher. And it's not too late. There is some guys out there. So Baltimore Ravens have no fear. Don't think, oh, we didn't get an edge rusher. Honestly, it's not a super great group of edge rushers in this draft outside of the top guys. This is better. It's a better interior defensive line draft. So you're probably better off just drafting a bunch of guys from the interior. Because after a while that edge just kind of thins out and it's not worth it. You'll be taking an edge rusher over a better player just for the sake of taking an edge rusher. So and so yeah. And again, if you can't get Bain or Bailey, I just don't see one in that top 15 worthy of taking.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for Falk, but I don't know. Rather you just go. That's why I think they should address edge in free agency, because I think that protects them just in case something like this happens where it's just the value just isn't there. Mm-hmm. All right. Jacksonville, is that me?
Yeah.
All right. They got a lot of needs, man. Golly. Did they draft anybody? Yeah, they took Caleb Tiernan. Okay. All right. So let's go with. Actually, I know exactly what. Is he? Oh, he's probably. This is an age, actually.
Oh, they're finally putting Kamara up boards.
Yeah.
It's been forever. He's been like in the 7th round hell lately.
All right, let's go. Let's do some value here. Let's go. Let's go Heck here. Sam Heck. Keep building that offensive line. We're tearing in, then we go Heck. All right. Minnesota. That's me as well. And I don't know what's going on with Jordan Addison. Apparently he's got some trouble again. Maybe facing suspension again. That's interesting what he's got going on. I think I'd like to get a running back. This might feel like a reach at this point. What was the running back that got hurt in the what was the running back that got hurt? That wasn't Kaytron Allen, was it?
No. It's Singleton.
Singleton. Okay,
yeah, his teammate.
All right. Well, in this situation, Minnesota. I'm stuck between safety and running back.
Devin Moore's finally moving upwards too. That's the highest I've seen him.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Kilgore here. I'm gonna go Jalen Kilgore. I like Kilgore. It was between him and Kaytron, but I felt like it's a little too early for that. So, all right, Carolina.
I mean, we would love Ted Hurst here, but I don't think we're going to go Ted Hurst just because I think like they've been swinging at too many young wide receivers. I think they would rather just buy one for once and like free agency. But where they didn't do that and where they currently have a pending free agent is at tight end. So give me Michael Trigg. I have Stowers a little bit ahead of Trigg, but I think Trigg fits the Panthers better. It's a little bit more physicality on him.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go Grace Halton here for the Green Bay Packers.
Grace Halton.
Yeah, Grayson
People
Halton.
are finally starting to put him on boards too pretty high, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
he needs it.
All right. I'm going to go back with the player that I was going to pick for the Steelers the first time, but I chose the linebacker. I'm going to go Bud Clark, safety here to the Steelers. So they go Bud Clark. They got the quarterback. They got the receiver. So the Steelers go Ty Simpson, Elijah Surratt. They go Bud Clark, and they go I just saw Deontay Lawson, linebacker. All right, Chargers, you up.
Give me Slaughter, the center.
Nice.
We need a center bad. Some people might be a reach, but I think center is an important position that people don't give enough credit for. Looking at you, Ravens fans, who think we can replace Tyler Linderbaum.
Exactly. All right, Jacksonville. They didn't address the offensive line at this point. Going interior offensive line and tackle. I think they go just that defense, and let's go to the best, one of the deepest positions in the draft, and let's go Tim Keenan. I like Tim Keenan a lot. All right. Oh shoot, I did it again. I sent Keenan to the Dolphins. Ha! Damn. I did it again. Well, they kind of needed it anyway.
He didn't even have a choice, man.
I'll give you Jacksonville, and then because I took Miami.
I'm assuming they get ETN back.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't think that. If they're not getting ETN back, I would take a guy that I really like here. But that being said, since I think he's coming back, I'm going to go ahead and take Dante Corleone.
Corleone?
Yeah.
The Godfather.
The Godfather, baby.
All right.
That sounds like it's 95.
I think I'm up next with the Bears for sure this time. All right. Corleone would have been a nice pick for the Bears, actually. We went AJ Halsey, and we went Cassius Howe. I think it's about to see a run on defensive lineman. Let's go. I was really impressed with this guy at the East-West game. I'm going to go DeMonte Capehart.
Oh. Yeah. I thought you were going to go the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Who are you talking about? Zane Durant?
No, I thought you were going to talk about Rayshon Benny.
Oh, I like Rayshon Benny.
He had a really good Senior Bowl, too.
Yeah. But at the East-West, DeMonte Capehart was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dolphins, your turn.
I mean, I think this is where we'd finally get Malachi Lawrence off the board, right? Like, this makes sense. Malachi Lawrence, edge, UCF.
Nice. Bills.
Oh, am I the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the Bills picks thus far?
You took Josiah Trotter, last pick.
Yeah,
and you took Akeem Messador.
Okay. I think like they would be jumping at the bits if Ted Hurst was there. So I think I'm taking Ted Hurst finally off the board.
There you go. I hate to see it. I would never want him to go there. All right, 49ers.
That is also me. And they also need I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I don't like Tennessee does not do a good job of teaching people how to play receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what worries me about Brazil. I would like him a lot here, but I'm going to go a little bit of a different route and I'm going to take Antonio Williams because I think he's more surefire. They just need a floor raiser.
All right, Rams.
The Ramley. I mean, theoretically here, I would take Trinidad Chambliss in a heartbeat. But obviously, that's out of there. Let's keep the West Coast kids together. Let's go Genesis Smith.
All right, Denver.
Oh my gosh, I have every pick right now.
Yeah, you're closing us out, baby.
This would be so fun. Okay, go to running back. I've been waiting for a place to put him in. Oh, actually, you don't even need to. It's right there. Give me Mike Washington Jr. That's my guy, man. I love Mike Washington.
All right. All right. I think it's on me now. This is where we gotta go receiver. We need some playmakers, man. New England. Let's go to 6'5" monster. Let's go to Chris Brazzell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that feels good. Give Drake May just that big target. Seattle. What's up to you?
Can we get an interior O-line? Oof. That's not what I want to see. Can we get a tackle and see if I could change one of them into an interior offensive line? Not what I like to see. I do like Zune a lot, and I think he's falling down boards for no reason at all either. Can we... I really just think they would go interior O-line here. I just don't even know. Can we go back one more time? Yeah, give me Logan Jones at Iowa. The one alignment we didn't talk to from Iowa.
I know. All right, Minnesota. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go. Well, I was going to go last time, and now I'm going to go this time. Katron Allen. Philly, that's you.
Oh, yes. Can we see? They don't need corner that bad. We got an edge.
All right.
Anthony Luca's way up there is kind of crazy, but go ahead and give me. It's kind of a reach right now, but like you're the Phillies, so you don't really care about reaching. You're just kind of getting players. I think I would take. Oh God, I forgot his name now. Scroll up. He's up there. Caden Curry. That's what I was thinking of. Caden Curry. And just get some pass rush juice. He's really inconsistent, but he'll be fun if you can mold him.
All right, Pittsburgh.
A lot of really nice players still left.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I didn't even realize we still had Will Lee on the board. I thought he was taken way earlier.
What receiver did we take for the Steelers? Oh, Elijah Sarrant. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go Chandler Rivers here. Corner from Duke. Yeah, go Chandler Rivers there. And then Jacksonville closing it out. What the heck? Let's close it out real fun. Let's go Eli Stowers to close it out with Jacksonville. All right. There we go. There is your mock draft. Draft Nerds 3-round mock. Thank you guys for staying up with us, rocking with us, watching, enjoying our little film breakdown. Bill talking ball, me and Jordan mocking. And thank you guys for like, again, just being with us. We know this was a long show, but hopefully you didn't have anything to do and you just was driving home and long night at work or whatever, and you just was listening to us, and we appreciate you. This is the mock draft. Please hit us up on Twitter, comment, tell us what your thoughts are on the mock draft. What do you guys think? Which team's draft did you like? Baltimore Ravens fans. We got Denzel Boston, Lee Hunter, and we got Keelan Rutledge. I think that's a nice haul for 3 rounds. Some other teams had some really good drafts. I like what Pittsburgh did. Like what the Jets did. They had a lot of picks. You know, obviously the teams they got the most picks are probably going to do the best. Yeah. Any parting thoughts, Jordan?
Trinidad Chambliss. I hate seeing you up there, man. In the draft. Still a lot of talented players. Like that's how good this board is this year to be deep. Yes. Will Lee the third. I brought him up earlier, but Justin Jolly as well. Kyle Lewis, like Devin Moore, like these.
Skylar Bell. Yeah, it's a lot of great players. Like this is just the end of the 3rd round, and that's what you got left, right? And good board, good draft, really deep. Like I said, this is more of a floor raising draft than it is a ceiling raising draft. Not a lot of sexy names, not a lot of superstars, but these guys are going to be good special teams players. These guys are going to start on your defense. They're going to start on your offense. They're going to play positions like interior offensive line, linebacker, running back, defensive tackle. This is one of those drafts where you get really healthy in those positions. So it's going to be a good draft. Curious to see how free agency goes and how that's going to dictate how all this goes, obviously. But can't wait to see how it all plays out. And until next time. Thank you guys again for rocking with us. Have a good night.